Alright guys, and welcome to episode 18, season 3 of this AFC Wimbledon manager mode crate. And in this episode, we have the FA Cup semi-final against Blackburn Rovers at Wembley. I mean, what a game it was for a League One team to be up against a Premier League team like Blackburn Rovers in a semi-final of the FA Cup as well. I mean, just wow. But before that game, because that game is at the end of the episode, before that game we have got 2 league games, and trust me when I say this, they were nearly as good as the FA Cup semi-final itself. I mean, there were a lot of goals in these games, and yeah, there was a lot of action, a lot of chances, and the first game was against Brentford. And as you can see, I am starting Sean Stevens in goal, like I said I would. I said I would start him in almost all the league games if possible. And straight away in the 4th minute, Midson got the ball, turned inside one defender, and just on the edge of the box had a shot, but their keeper saved well and tipped it out for a corner. Although the corner came to nothing, we did manage to come back at them in the 15th minute. Jali broke down the left wing, cut inside one, and his pass was like really unlucky because it hit the defender, but then we were really lucky because Moore got the rebound, played it to Midson, and Midson couldn't finish off the pretty decent chance he had. But then 22 minutes gone, Moore broke down the middle of the field, sweated it across from Midson, and Midson put us 1-0 up. So we started really well and we're having chances, and Brentford weren't in the game, but suddenly they sprung to life. Wood broke down the inside and then cut it across, and Donaldson, I think it was Donaldson's shot, was well saved by the keeper after I think a deflection. But anyway, into the second half, Charles Williams did well to cut out their first kind of run at goal, but he passed it straight out to Wood. Wood got down the outside, put it into the box, and Michael Nelson just headed it on and into the bottom corner. So 51 minutes gone, they levelled, and it was from nothing really, because we managed to cut out their first real attack, and then we just gave them the ball straight after. And then at 56 minutes, just 5 minutes later, they got the ball to Nelson again. Nelson got in loads of space in the box and put it under Sean Stevens. So we'd gone 2-1 out, and we genuinely looked in control of the game. But 5 minutes, and we were just losing. So I thought, right, we need to sort this out. We need to get these 3 points. We've won 2 in a row from the end of last episode, so it'd be great to get another win. And in the 63rd minute, Midson had a great chance. He chipped the keeper, but the keeper was well matched to it, and then eventually after a bit of a scramble we did manage to chip it in with Luke Moore, and I'll admit that was quite lucky because I did accidentally hold LB and it kind of chipped it over the keeper. I catch LB quite a lot when playing, so that time it paid off. But anyway, into the 80th minute now, Moore gave the ball to Porter on the edge of the area. He had a shot and the keeper tipped it past the post, but maybe it was a bit lucky, maybe it was a bit unlucky, I don't really know, but we got a penalty from it. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that, yeah. So main penalty kick taker, Sam Hatton stepped up and did what he does best, and that's put it into the back of the net. Don't think Sam Hatton has missed one yet. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've missed penalties, but I'm on about with Sam Hatton. So anyway, we massively turned it around, and we were now 3-2 in the lead. But they came back again with that kid Nelson, and he tried to get past 3 defenders, but was eventually outdone. And then he went and outdid us and got the ball back. And oh my god, I'm not even going to commentate on the defending. That was just awful. And then yet again in the 90th minute, Nelson to Donaldson, Donaldson onto the post, and this time we did manage to get it clear. And although it did land at the feet of one of their players, it didn't matter because we took all 3 points and we did win the game. So it finished AFC Wimbledon 3, Brentford 2. And moving on into the next game. The next game was against my team, Sheffield United. As you fully well know, I do support them. I follow them up and down the country. But that does not mean I'm going to give them an easy ride. Not by all means. But genuinely, they came out and they just absolutely hammered me. I mean, that Porter in the 34th minute gave it to Ched Evans. Ched Evans put it into the back of the net, and they were 1-0 up. So 35 minutes gone. It wasn't the best of starts, but I still felt with 1 goal we could level it up and maybe hold out for a draw or something. But they came straight back at us in the 39th minute. Porter to Quinn. Quinn ran into the box, put it against the post, and we did manage to get it clear. And then William had the ball in the 43rd minute, gave it straight to Evans. Evans to Quinn. Quinn with a first time shot, and he just hit the post, and now he's hit the bar. I mean, that was an amazing shot. So Quinn's hit the woodwork twice, and he was definitely looking for a goal, you could tell. And then in the second half, Rowe put a shot probably wide past the post. I mean, it seemed to go quite far wide. And then Munn got the ball in the second half in the 57th minute, chipped it to Lloyd Rowe, and Lloyd Rowe's shot was just straight at Steve Simonson. So we were having our chances, but we just weren't really converting in this moment in time. And then they came forward in the 65th minute. Danny Philliskirk threw a ball brilliantly by Stephen Quinn, and just watch how this trickles in. I thought for a minute that I might get back with Fraser Franks, but the ball just had too much momentum, too much power on it, and it did manage to cross the line just. So 68 minutes gone, they were now 2-0 up, and it weren't looking like we could get back into the game because our strikers weren't really taking any of our chances. But we did have another chance, and it was Munn this time in the 68th minute, gave it to Lloyd Rowe again. Lloyd Rowe got really lucky with a few deflections and rebounds, but put it past the post. So they're just not up to the League One standard at the minute, and that's totally acceptable because they are like 16 years old or something, and they will improve. And then in the 83rd minute, I think, Stephen Quinn finally got his goal and sealed the 3 points for Sheffield United. So, a bit of a frustrating game because we did have our chances, but we've just not got the quality of youth players to convert them as of yet. And they went in just really hammered us up front and got 3 goals. It was only really about 4 or 5 chances for them, so they took them well, and we just didn't have enough for them. So, moving on after that game to the semi-final against Blackburn Rovers, and as you can see, they are sat 10th in the Premier League, which is really, really good. It's 10th in the Premier League. I mean, there's definitely going to be a difficult game, but in some people's games they've been taken over. I mean, I know in my previous one they were taken over, and they signed really good players like Ibrahimovic and things like that. That was one that I had like near the start when FIFA 12 first came out, and then obviously I started this career mode. But anyway, moving on from them in other career modes, we'll move on to them in this career mode. And straight away, we could not have asked for a better start. 11 minutes gone, Jali got down the wing, gave it to Moore. Moore was up against Scott Dan. He managed to turn him though, and just look at that. I mean, wow, what a moment to score a goal like that. 13 minutes in, Luke Moore with an absolute phenomenal goal. We were 1-0 up, and genuinely I could not believe this. I mean, they'd really had the run of play up to now. They'd had the possession. They'd not had chances as such, but we'd had basically none of the ball. And then we came straight back at them in the 14th minute. Adameno gave it to Luke Moore. Luke Moore was through on goal, and I thought he had to score. Unfortunately, though, we put it past the post, and we'd wasted a good opportunity. But that didn't matter because we came back at them. And in the 19th minute, Luke Moore with a great solo run, just taking on Scott down, took on one of the midfielders, and eventually he did get his shot away, but Paul Robinson managed to tip it out for a corner kick, and somehow we were just dominating this game. I mean, like I said, they had the run of the play from like the first 13 minutes, and then we somehow managed to, just get straight back at them. When we got that goal, we were in complete control, and as you can see, we were just dominating them. But the second half, they came out and they had a lot of different impetus, and they were really going for it. I mean, 47 minutes in, Morten Gamps Pedersen's shot was well blocked, but we gave it straight back to, I think it's David Hoyle. I don't know if it's David Hoyle and Junior Hoyle are the same people. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, we really started to just look so nervy at the back. We were giving them easy possession, and we were starting to lose our cool a bit. So I was a bit worried, but I thought, no, it's alright, we can still hold out. But in the 55th minute, Hoylett broke through, David or Junior, I don't know, and he wasn't going to pass up that opportunity in the FA Cup semi-final. So 56 minutes gone, they were level at 1-1. But we were still easily in the game. I mean, if someone had said after 60 minutes, you'll be 1-1 with Blackburn in the semi-final, I'd have taken it easily. So, although they had much more of the possession of the second half, I was still trying to build on what we had in the first half. Unfortunately, though, in the 65th minute, Vukovic got forward with the ball down the wing, managed to cut all the way inside, gave it to Nzonzi, and Nzonzi gave it back to Vukovic, and Vukovic put it in the back of the net. So, very disappointed, because he took on about 2 or 3 defenders, and then obviously did the quick the little 1-2 and put it under Seb Brown in goal. So 67 minutes gone, we kind of lost. We'd lost the lead at this point, and it wasn't looking great. But like I said, we've had our chances, and we probably will get more. So as you can see in the 78th minute, Zed Fox, he sent me a message, and I'm going to blame him for this, because Midson got in with an absolute phenomenal chance and hit it straight at Paul Robinson, and they did manage to get it clear. But we had one final chance in the 90th minute. Could we level it and take it to extra time? Rashid Youssef with the shot. He put it past the post though, and the referee blew for full time. So it did finish Blackburn Rovers 2, AFC Wimbledon 1, and we do, I'm not going to say crash out, but we do, go out of the FA Cup at the semi-final stage, and the dream of winning it, the dream of getting to the final is over for this year, but I have loved absolutely every minute of the cup run, and obviously the financial bonus that we have got from it is just absolutely outstanding, and we'll go towards paying for new scouts, buying new scout youth players, and really improving this team and getting our dream of getting to the Premier League. But that is where I'm going to end this episode, guys, and bit of a disappointing way to end it, but how can you say that AFC Wimbledon from Empower League 1 in the semi-final of an FA Cup is disappointing? It's just not. But yeah, as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next episode with what is, I think, the last games episode of Season 3, and Season 4 will follow straight on for that. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and see you later.